Good morning and welcome back to MUFC Realist TV and the Transfer Corner. It is Friday the 29th and we are only a few days to the New Year's and the new transfer window open, and things are coming out in the press that we're going to talk about. Manchester United might have to look into loan market, as what we've been discussing here on this channel before, but also there's discussions about Bourusia Dortmunt coming in for our starlet Dan Gore. We're going to talk about that as well. Benfica is also set to look for the Manchester starlet, the left back Alvaro Fernandez, and plus we're going to dive into Mason Greenwood with potential to come back to Manchester United. Sit back, relax, and don't forget to smash that like on that video, because this is not live, this is a recording, so it's very important you also leave your comments below. And good morning, people. How are you doing? It's Friday, TGIF. As mentioned, we are not choosing to go live. We will be back later on with the live coverage of the manager's press conference as Manchester United is playing Nottingham Forest. And we're looking forward to hear what Erik Ten Hag has to say. The team news, the injuries, who will be available, who will not be available. Will he start the same lineup as last time against the successful victory against Aston Villa? Let's find out later. But here in the transfer corner, we are going to dive into the stories. What is going on? Manchester United, as we've been reporting, is being a little bit of a broke, and we might be having to look on the loan market, to be honest. Let's dive into the first story, that Erik Ten Hag might have to look into the loan market in January window. This is coming out from the press from Dharmesh Sheth from Sky News, to be honest, and he's basically saying that basically Ten Hag has no money to spend. And honestly to God, I also believe so, because if you look at the finances, they don't lie. Manchester United has gone on the limb, like in the summer market, taking a credit loan from Santander back, maxed out every credit line to just pay off, what they own in the transfer market, but also gave Ten Hag a little bit money in the summer to spend. So what does this mean? Let's dive right into this. Well, according to Dharmesh Sheth, he believes that Ten Hag is under impression that a flurry of stars returning for injury boost will boost the chance of successful Premier League to finish off this team. We did a video regarding this as well when I pressed my opinion to say we have a fantastic academy that is coming through, and barring that we see in the introductions of the youngsters coming off the bench, I think that's an indication that Ten Hag is going to utilize the youngsters to embed and finish off strong in the rest of the team. Given the Dutchman side have been struck injury, seeing like Casemiro, Lisandro Martínez back in the fold, would be likely no new signings in January, the Sky reporter is apparently saying. He's also going by quotes. If we go quote by quote, because let's do that, I think that Ten Hag has always said, look, when everyone is fit, that is when you can start seeing the different Manchester United, because then there's so many injuries. And I know I'm harkening back to it, but there's so many injuries just now. And that is an old cliche. It is likely to be new sign. It be like a new sign. It's basically saying it will be a new signing when he gets all the new injury players coming back then. And the likes of Lisandro Martínez, like Casemiro as well. So I can see So I can't see any big money being spent, but maybe Manchester United will have to look into the loan market again. So that's what I've been saying, people. Ten Hag has clearly expressed himself that, having those injury players coming back in the fold, it's like new signings. So he hasn't been able to play his preferred starting 11. Plus, we've seen the introduction of Dan Gore. We've seen the introduction of Kobe Mainoo. We've seen the introduction of actually Amad Diallo is coming back into the frame. Garnacho is firing all cylinders. We also seen the introduction of the centre back, William Kabanga. I can't really pronounce his name. I call Willie, the 19-year-old French guy. Sorry, shame on me. I'm still learning his name because it's stuck on Chawawanga for some reason, but it's something along those lines. And let me know in the comment section below, do you think that he will go on the loan market? Because we've been linked with strikers in the loan market. We say, go for Timo Werner, go for those washed up players that we don't really want. But on the other hand, peeps, we also have a gossip about Mason Greenwood potentially being back for, he's currently in Manchester, but it's basically saying that, the gaffer over there, Getafe coach, says he's a good lad, he's a good man. Just listens to him. He's developing. He's doing madness over there. There's been generated a lot of interest. But Mason Greenwood has been spotted to come back to Manchester over the years with his family. Does that mean anything? We don't know. We know that he's one of ours, and definitely, we need strikers. So if we're going to go to the loan market, why are we going to the loan market when we already have players that belongs to the club? Just retract them back. There's apparently a clause in his contract that he can come back and play for Manchester United in January. So let me know in the comment section. Do you still believe in your moral compass? We've been over this story before, or do you look what really helps for the club to finish strong in the Premier League, and Mason Greenwood could play that potential rotational striker? Because it's also been reported that Anthony Martial has been given the green light by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos to be sold in January and to generate some money. I'm up for that. But let's dive into the next story as well. And this is the big one, people. This is what I don't really like. And it's basically to say that Bourusia Dortmunt prepare a big bid for Dan Gore. Okay, Dan Gore, for me, is one of our prospective talents coming up on the youth of academy. I'm sick and tired of selling our youth. And Ten Hag's been saying he sold a lot of players, youth players, that don't belong in his squad plan, or they're not world beaters. He said earlier in this year, they say, I only want to keep the ones that I believe in could become world beaters. And Dan Gore is one of them. He's been introduced from the bench, made his almost debut against Aston Villa, and so we go. So we all know that Bourusia Dortmund is kind of that club that pursues youngsters, and Jude Bellingham is one example. Jadon Sancho was one example, and now they're looking for Dan Gore. So the reports are saying they are preparing for a big bid, at least acquire. But the thing is, will Manchester United sell him? What is your thoughts and opinions regarding Dan Gore? Should United cash out? Should they sell him? Or should they just say to Dortmund, no, but we can loan him for you for the rest of the season? Or do you think we could keep him and he will play a big part in the remaining of the season for Manchester United? That's the big question. According what my opinion is, we should definitely keep him. Now, personally, I'm a little bit twisted. I like to keep the talent that we have in the squad. It is like the old Sir Alex Ferguson way. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And we have a fantastic academy. I will almost say it's the class of 92 coming up here in the class of 2024-23. But still, I want to hear your opinions. Should we loan up, or should we sell Dan Gore, or have we seen enough to even pass the judgment? Apparently, he's highly rated at the Old Trafford Carrington training ground. The staff are speaking highly about it. So I hardly think that Ten Hag is willing to sell. But at the end of the day, Manchester United need money. And if they can cash in 40, 50 million, 60 perhaps, maybe they will do the deal. But I don't want, to be honest. Another guy that comes to the radar as well is that Benfica is kind of looking at too. Oh, no, this is the one that hurts for me. Alvaro Fernandez. Benfica is targeting Manchester United defender Alvaro Fernandez, and they are preparing to do a deal for him. Now, Alvaro Fernandez, for me, we saw him in the preseason. He's the most talented left back that we have in the squad, and he's kind of the understudy to Luke Shaw, which is kind of singing on his last words. We know that we have Malacia with a knee injury. We know that Diego Dalot can play on both sides, on both flanks. But Alvaro Fernandez offers something really, really special. And he's been shining and providing fantastic outputs in La Liga, which caught the attention of many, many La Liga clubs and Portuguese clubs. And Benfica is apparently targeting United acquiring for Alvaro Fernandez signature in the January window. Now, perhaps this is paper talks, but it's been, it doesn't really want to go away. It's been reported numerous of days. And maybe we will sell him. Maybe we will retract him. But we do have an option to retract him back in the January window. Again, personally, I'm a big fan of him. Personally, I would just block it straight away to say Ten Hag is building for the future. I don't believe we're going to do any signings in January. It's something particularly because there was a report to say that Manchester United is in a deadlock with the Glazers and also Sir Jim Ratcliffe, as what we reported the other day as well, because huge fee Glazers will not pay Sir Jim Ratcliffe for the termination of Manchester contract. And that means that in this ratification period, while they are not legally the custodians, but they made an agreement with the Glazers in the interim, nobody can make any sacking decision or hiring decision without both parties' approval. So, Ineos is not really calling the shot, but they certainly have a little bit of a say who comes in, who comes out in the background, to be honest, guys. This has just been my paper talk, my thoughts on this whole process. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Should we sell? Should we keep? I reckon if I look at it, maybe the ones that should go definitely in the January window, maybe Scott McTominay. That's a surplus for requirement. If we look at that midfield that's going to coming back, I think also that we should not sell the youth, maybe loan. Hannibal Medjbury is another one that's been targeted as a loan deal. Definitely he needs to play. Isak Aaron Hansen Oren also looking to sell or give them out a loan. But the thing is, if you're not getting minutes, of course, you should play football and be loaned up. But I'm tired of being that Library FC Manchester United. I think it's a good idea to loan them up and not to sell our asset, not our kids, which are the future. We need to start building a new generation of talent for the next coming years. We have a little bit of an aging squad in Casemiro, in terms of Eriksen. Dan Gore being like an understudy for Eriksen is so important. So I don't think Manchester United should even entertain the thoughts. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys thinking. Drop a message in the comment section below. We'll be back for the manager's press conference. Enjoy the rest of your day and your morning. And thank God it's Friday. It's been Mick Ruby from MUFC Realist TV having my say. And hopefully I guys made you a better day. Bye for now. Ciao. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.